Practical Anarchy, A Guide to Self-Determination. Dookie Dread. Section 44 in the book. Alternatives within capitalism. Critiquing capitalism is not enough. People have always sought ways of living and exchanging outside its grip. Some of these alternatives emerged under duress, some as conscious resistance, others as experiments that flickered, flourished or folded. They rarely escape capitalism entirely, but they show that humans do not need markets, wage slavery or endless growth to meet needs and organise collectively. Historical experiments, gift, commons and community. Long before the market was imagined as natural, countless societies practiced gift economies and reciprocal exchange. Anthropologists have recorded indigenous practices where prestige came from giving rather than hoarding. The potlatch of the Pacific Northwest, the Kulu Ring of the Trobriand Islands, or Andean Aina, the reciprocity. These were not utopias, but they reveal a truth ignored by economic textbooks. Humans can and do organise without money at the centre. Communal experiments have also surfaced within industrial capitalism. The Owanite and Forest communities of the 19th century, the kibbutzism in Israel, which was covered in Chapter 3, the anarchist collectives during the Spanish Civil War, all tested models of shared ownership and collective decision-making. Each was constrained by its context, but they show that alternatives are not imaginary, they are lived. Modern stopgaps, commons and cooperatives. Today, cooperatives and commons-based projects persist as cracks in the capitalist pavement. Worker-owned business such as the Mondragon Corporation in Spain show that firms can scale up while maintaining cooperative governance. Housing co-ops, credit unions and mutual aid networks offer ways to meet needs without handing control to corporatists. Digital commons extend this tradition into cyberspace. Wikipedia, open source software like Linux, Creative Commons licensing, platforms built on voluntary cooperation and shared resources rather than profit. These experiments prove that vast infrastructures can be maintained without a profit motive, though they are often parasitised or enclosed by corporations, as with Google monetising open protocols. Commons also survive in indigenous struggles to defend land, water and forests, often against both states and corporations. These are not only alternatives, but sites of frontline resistance, keeping alive different modes of relating to nature and each other. The Venus Project, Techno-Utopian Visions. Some experiments point forward rather than back. The Venus Project, founded by Jacques Fresco, imagines a resource-based economy where automation and scientific planning replace money. Markets and politics. Cities are designed for efficiency, resources are managed globally, and work is largely automated. For critics, it is overly technocratic and risks reproducing hierarchy in the name of rational planning. For sympathisers, it stretches the imagination, forcing us to ask, what would an economy look like if scarcity was no longer assumed, and if production was organised for need rather than profit? Placed alongside digital commons and ecological degrowth, the Venus Project reminds us that alternatives can be more than stopgaps. They can be visions of a post-capitalist horizon. Why these matter? None of these examples abolish capitalism on their own. Cooperatives still trade in markets. Commons are often fenced in by states. Techno-utopias remain sketches on paper. But they puncture the myth of inevitability. They show that other logics, reciprocity, care, sufficiency, are not only possible but already practiced. They also prepare the ground. As we will argue in the next chapters, especially the discussion on resource-based societies, the abolition of money, it is not about adding alternatives alongside capitalism, but about scaling these logics into a new foundation.